I'm Joe Biden and I forgot my message.
You gotta start it off. Yeah, you gotta start it off with that one.
Open discussion, open conversation. That's what we want, and we want to hear from you guys.
What's up, everybody? This is Yin,
And this is Yang.
and this is the YinYangShorts. All right, everybody, we're gonna be weighing in on the Trump and Biden attack ads everybody's been hearing about.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited to break these down. What we're going to do is we're going to play both these ads, weigh in throughout them, and then at the end, we're going to have you guys post down in the comments what you think, who had a better attack ad. But before we break into those, make sure you guys subscribe. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything. Hit that little red button. Like, comment, and tell us what you think. So, Yin, you just want to kind of jump into these ads and we'll go from there?
Yeah, totally.
As I speak, China is censoring research on COVID-19, making it harder for the rest of us to beat the virus. President Trump is not doing enough about it.
Okay, I want to pause it right there. He says that President Trump isn't doing enough about it. I don't think anybody was doing enough about it in the beginning. What do you think?
I think they did. The WHO reported this months ago, and Donald Trump's a real estate agent. And Joe Biden really, what is his powers? Like he has nothing that he can do. I mean, really can do as far as immediate and having lots of power to do anything.
Yeah, so all right, let's just keep playing.
And plus, he's got dementia.
He probably forgot when it started. All right, let's keep going on this.
Comfortable truth is that Donald Trump left America exposed and vulnerable to this pandemic. He ignored the warnings of health experts and intelligence agencies and put his trust in China's leaders instead. And now we're all paying the price. Just take a look at how we got here. President Obama and I oversaw the launch of a program literally called PREDICT. It gave us early warnings for outbreaks in China and around the world of this kind of disease. President Trump eliminated that program. We had a strong CDC presence in Beijing to sound the alarm when necessary. President Trump cut the number of CD staff in China by more than 2/3.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. Do you think that Trump's cutting of the CDC could have like he cut it down, like you said, cut it down to 2/3? Do you think that really could have helped or affected if we had more people in the CDC? What do you think?
No, not if our president doesn't act on warnings from WHO and the CDC. You know what I mean? And obviously WHO is like worldwide, and CDC is more United States, national bound, but like doesn't matter how many people are funding, or doesn't matter how many people are telling the president. It just matters if the president acts upon it. So I'm gonna agree with him on that one. And yeah,
my personal opinion on this is, I mean, it's a bloated. This is just my tune about government in general. It's a bloated bureaucracy. I don't think it kind of ties into your point. I don't think it would have helped if there was more people or less people in there. All you need is the one right person saying that, hey, this is an issue and the president needs to listen. So it doesn't matter if there's 2/3 of the people there or more people there. It's bloated bureaucracy, in my opinion. If we just had the right person saying the right thing, we had people in China trying to warn the U.S. and then China was saying, no, it's fine. We had some media sources saying, no, it's fine. So I just think overall people just took this lightly until people started dying and they're like, oh shit, which was what, March 13th was when they declared a national emergency. And they're talking about things in the past. So I digress. Let's keep going with the ad. You good on that point?
Yep.
All right, cool.
Let's roll.
We had an American official stationed inside the Chinese Disease Control Agency serving as our eyes and ears. President Trump left that position vacant as the outbreak hit. And when the coronavirus started to spread, the CDC wanted to get into China to get information that could save American lives. China said no, and Donald Trump didn't insist on access. Instead, he actively praised the Chinese for, quote, its transparency, end of quote, and he tweeted his thanks to President Xi, quote, on behalf of the American people. He was more worried about protecting his trade deal with China than he was about the virus that had already come to America. So in February, On the same day I was calling on the administration to demand CDC access, President Trump was applauding Xi Jinping for his work on the coronavirus. That's not being tough on China.
Okay, I want to comment on this because I think this is hilarious. So, he's talking about being tough on China, yet Biden was criticizing Trump for banning travel restrictions from China and saying that it was xenophobic for him to do that. So you can't have one with the other. You can't call
someone. Was there a ban on that? Was that what part of the quote unquote Muslim ban? Or
no. That's the different ban. We're not talking about that at all. We're talking about when this started all happening. After it was, I think it was. I don't remember if it was before or after it was declared a national emergency. But Trump ordered a ban from anyone traveling from China to the United States because of the outbreak. Biden came out and called it xenophobic and that he shouldn't have done it. China did nothing wrong. How can he say he wasn't tough enough on China, but in the same breath in this ad say he wasn't tough enough? It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that does not make any sense at all. Yeah, I thought you were talking. I was wondering like what travel ban, and I'm like, that was an obvious move. I was like, because it just seems so obvious. Obviously,
you have an outbreak in a certain area. Let's stop travel from there.
There's a viral pandemic, and if they come here, it's going to spread, and which it already did, and we already know. But like, it was a little too late, but it was a good effort.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think anybody really reacted quick enough to that. But let's move on from that.
Just
this doesn't make any sense.
Right now, looking at that guy right now, he does not.
He looks like he's struggling to read the teleprompter.
He looks like he's struggling to stay alive. It looks like his eyes are all squinted and like just so old and decrepit.
Ugh.
40, what was it? 72?
1972, yeah. Whenever he was.
Fuck.
All right. Yeah. All right, let's continue.
Keep on going.
Let's try to finish this ad.
Just look all across the nation today. We see the consequences of that. When I'm president, I will put the CDC officials back in China and assist the Chinese keep their commitment rather than trusting Beijing with the health and safety of the American people. And I'll demand independent international investigation into the circumstances of the COVID-19 outbreak and China's response.
So that sounds kind of sketchy to me. He's like, I'm going to put my people in the CDC to oversee the investigations. Like, he's like, I'm going to put people.
Investigate. Like, there's nothing to investigate. Nobody saw this coming.
I mean,
nobody knew this could have been around for years. You know what I mean? Like, what the freak? I mean, we're not on both of the ads yet, but like, yeah, nobody saw this coming.
At least as bad as it was. I mean, there is some reports from China I think it was as early as December, that this could be bad, but no one was taking it as seriously. It was just, I like the comment where Biden's like, I will put my people in the CDC and I'll make sure they're in China investigating things. Like, that seems kind of sketchy. Like, that's how easy would it be for China to slip him some money saying, hey, we did nothing wrong.
Oh, yeah. How easy? I mean, yeah. I'm pretty sure Trump's got a couple hotels in China, though, too.
Oh, I agree. I'm just saying it's sketchy for any politician to say, hey, I'm going to put my own people on this, directly involved in it. Like, it just doesn't. I would feel more comfortable.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're running an administration. That's what you do. That's why people put you in there. Like, we want you and the people you choose to do things that we want to do. You know, we entrust you to pick these people, your cabinet. You know, your cabinet are your people. You know what I mean? That is true that Trump, when he came into office, he didn't appoint, like, there was a lot of empty positions, and a lot of his positions that he put unqualified people in. I mean, that's fair. That's just you know, he did not drain the swamp; he filled it up.
Oh, that's 100% true. Yeah, he did not drain the swamp, like you said. But I just find,
dude, like, you know, all people. Some of them are on Dancing with the Stars. I mean, you know, there's a couple people that are in your cabinet that have, you know, you appointed to, you know, some pretty serious positions are on Dancing with the Stars, and you know, like, the world's coming to an end. All right, let's keep on going.
Yeah, we're getting off topic for a second. All right, let's keep going. Let's try to finish this.
Always protect the American people. I promise you that. There's no greater responsibility a president has.
Biden president. Text Joe to 33 or 30330.
All right.
Text Joe to 3033. That's got a nice ring to it.
I'll give him that. That is checks Joe to 30330.
Wait for Biden for president. Biden president. I like how that too.
Huh?
Like Biden,
what? I'm running for president. That's how he reacts to it.
I don't, it sounds like a sleazy card.
Right.
It looks like.
I'm Joe Biden, and I forgot my message.
You got to start it off. Yeah, you got to start it off with that one.
Yeah. All right. So that was the Joe Biden, attack ad on President Trump and his reaction to
the
coronavirus.
mudslinging message.
Yeah. So, tell us what you think of that one. We're about to play the Trump one. It's titled "Biden Stands Up for China." So, we'll see how this one goes. All right, let's play that now.
Ready to go?
This is a crisis.
This is no time for Donald Trump's record of hysterical xenophobia.
Biden's son inked $1 billion deal.
I mean, right there. That was an example I made earlier where I was talking about where he called Trump xenophobic. So, for his actions.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's been in politics for 48 years. You're bound to slip up. I know. If you're a crappy public speaker, obviously you shouldn't be a crappy public speaker if you're, freaking going for president. But Bobby Kennedy, he sucked. It took him. Obviously he was young, and obviously he died young, but it took him a while to get warmed up, and maybe he just never was going to get warmed up. But I digress.
I figured after like 30 plus years you'd be warmed up by now. But
oh yeah, I don't think he's ever going to warm up.
I think he's overcooked. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, he's been screwing up though for a while with the stupid crap he's been saying. So, all
right, let's keep going.
Are we still talking about this? I think that first two comments, he's like, they're asking us a question. Like, don't ask us a question. You know what I mean? Is Biden protecting China's feelings? Like, I don't know. Tell me. Like, give us some facts, or perhaps China's investment is like some, you know what I mean? Like some conspiracy that nobody knows about. Like, no, bring some facts.
Oh, right now I think he's about to get into it because it's talking about Joe Biden meets with Hunter's Chinese partner. So I think we're about to get into some of those facts.
Yeah, but those are just like conspiracies. Same way with the Ukraine. I mean, okay, not conspiracy. He was on the board of the Ukraine, Biden's son. I don't know anything about the Chinese.
I don't either. And I would be curious to look into it.
So far, they're just presenting questions with no facts, and there is no Trump. There's nobody actually person talking to us.
So you like that about Biden's ad better is where he actually is talking to you, just from an ad standpoint.
It means at least presenting. So from what I've seen, a little bit more clearer information. I wouldn't say facts, but like a little bit. I don't really consider much things facts, but like. The two right off the bat, they're like Biden protecting China's feelings. I'm like, what? China's feelings? Like, what? It's like, or perhaps China's investment. Like Biden's investment. I'm like, tell me some facts. Don't beat around the bush. But that's I'm not gonna expect much from either of these campaigns. But
right.
Go ahead, let's roll.
With a subsidiary of the Bank of China.
China is going to eat our lunch? Come on, man. They're not bad folks.
Since the outbreak, the Communist Party has been mobilizing overseas organizations to buy local supplies and send them to China.
It is in our self-interest that China continue to prosper. What a beautiful history we wrote together. Banning all travel will not stop it.
The president is right. The travel restriction on China, as every public health official we've talked to said, bought the country time.
That was a very smart move right there.
Hysterical xenophobia. Xenophobia. I complimented him on dealing with China. I'm not going nuts.
Look how he had it. I'm not going nuts.
Face. Oh my God, you got to go back on the face because we were just gonna have to lay into him at the last little bit of this because that was too much. That dude, he doesn't.
Which point did you want to see?
That charisma. He doesn't have. Trump has that cocky charisma. He has that like trying to play it cool dad who's not cool dad. You know what I mean?
Is that the face? Is that the face?
That one.
That face is bad.
Like yeah, dude, this dude needs so much help. They chose the wrong guy, dude. But let's go ahead on this.
Well, that's over. That's the
That's
the end of it. It's a short one. It's only a minute long.
Yeah. Okay. So China is crippling the USA. I don't think so. I don't think anything's affecting the USA except us. And Biden stands for China. Present some facts there, and they're taking all of these excerpts out. You know, these like 2-second clips of him saying something or toasting with Xi Jinping. You know, almost like they're excerpts. That's what the left wing media love to do. And now they're like taking a book from taking little excerpts of Trump and him saying something like a little 2-second clip when they don't play the full clip. And that's now the Trump campaign seems like they're using that to them when like their front runner was fucking Trump digging into these people and being like doing his I mean, it wasn't a lunatic people because it's not unheard of in the realm of politics just to be that, but that was what worked. I wanted to see Trump up there attacking Biden but he can't anymore. I don't think either. Politics of an American president drained everything out of him, or he just doesn't want to do it again.
I disagree with that. I think that he's waiting because it's not official that Joe Biden is going to be the Democratic nominee. We still have the convention to go to in July. I think he's just kind of holding back. I think he's just trying not to shoot himself in the foot or just use all of his money in campaign ads. I think he just kind of snuck one out there, a little quick minute one, to kind of, downplay or to attack Biden a little bit. I don't think he's going full Trump at him yet. I think we have more to see from attack ads from Trump. I do agree this is kind of a weak one. I think he could have done a better job. This is kind of weak. It's kind of just like you said, it's in the beginning. You're like, it's more conspiratorial and I would have liked to see a little bit of a longer one with some more facts. I agree, but for just a short little like jab punch to the stomach, it's not horrible. But I don't like either one of these ads, and I'll get to that in a second. If you want to say anything more about these.
Oh, well, both of them, or
just in general, like an overall general statement. I'm gonna jump on my soapbox after you make your point.
I think they're both crazy. I think the ad for Trump's ad. Had a lot of open-ended questions. Biden's was a little bit better, but like, I like what you're saying. Yeah, it's not full Trump. It makes sense. It's not full Trump. He doesn't need to do it. He's the winner already. Like, Biden's the one that's going to have to prove himself, and Biden shoots himself in the foot every time he opens up his mouth. So yeah, I think you're right, dude. He might not even need to go full Trump. He doesn't even full Trump. That should be the new word, dude. That's the new title. Full Trump. I'm gonna go full Trump on your ass.
You never go full Trump.
Tremendous. You gotta love it. But I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right. I'm pretty much. I've said it all.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump on my soapbox about both these ads. So obviously Trump thinks that Biden's gonna be the winner, and he's obviously the front runner now. What I really don't like about these ads is it's kind of gives a glimpse about what the main talking point about this presidential race is going to be about, and it's about the COVID-19 response. I don't like that personally. I think yes, this is horrible, and this is been a horrible pandemic, and obviously on both sides, like, there's been a lack of response from both sides, but they've just been using this horrible thing that's been happening to people and just turning it into politics. And, like, what happened to the policies that, like, yes, eventually this is going to go away. COVID-19 is going to go away eventually. We're going to eventually find a vaccine, and then we'll get through this hellhole. But after this, like, what the policies, why can't, like, yes, this is what's relevant now, but get back to the policies. Attack each other on the policies. Like, I get you're going to do this, but if I see a bunch of these ads where it's just them, like, China, and actually, let me rephrase that. China. Yeah, China. It was just like China, and everyone fighting over who's really sucking China's dick. When honestly,
politics aren't about policies anymore.
I know, it's ridiculous. I don't like that. I wish you'd go back to that, because I think that's what it needs to be. It needs to be about what do you stand for, And what are you going, like, what things are you going to do? Like,
it doesn't work like that anymore.
It's-
It's all about emotions. It's
Yeah.
about whose team are you on. Are you on the red or the blue?
yeah. So, guys, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment down below what you guys thought of both these attack ads. We're going to leave both links to both of these ads in the description if you want to watch them for yourself and watch them over and kind of analyze them for yourself. But let us know what you guys think. We want to hear from you guys. Do you think, Biden's ad was better, or do you think Trump ads was better? Yin, you got anything you want to say before we sign out?
Yeah, please pause at the end of the Biden video. Or is it the Biden or the Trump video where he had that horrible face? It was the
Oh,
Trump
don't worry. That's going to be on the screen. They don't need to pause. That'll be... that's going to show up right now. And it's going to be there for them to look at. They don't have to go back and try to pause it.
All right, perfect. All right, never mind. That's it then. I'm done.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to tune in next time. Hit the like button. We really need that like button. Let's get these videos out here. Let's build this community up. Open discussion, open conversation. That's what we want, and we want to hear from you guys. Appreciate you. We're signing out. Thanks.
Peace.